Okay, and the next couple we are going to talk about is Shawn and Sarah. And I want to tell y'all before I start, this was another reason why I did stop doing reviews. Another reason, not Shawn specifically. It was a couple. The guy's in prison now. It's a beautiful little redhead girl. When he got out of, this was a couple years ago. When he got out of prison, they had sex in the field. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And he has since gone back to prison. Um, he just did some wild stuff. But I found out that he had maybe he was in a white supremacist type of group while he was in prison, which is not abnormal. But I don't necessarily want to be talking about somebody like that. And then what I found out about Shawn a year or so ago was in one of those Reddit type message boards, Shawn was saying something kind of racist. And what that stuff does, I internalize that stuff. I don't want to talk about a racist person. So what I do, I'm not going to be doing the behind the scenes stuff with these people or giving y'all extra footage of what's going on and they're real. No. If I do that, I can't review properly because I internalize. If I find out you're a racist, it's going to interfere with me wanting to talk about you. So I just focus on what I see on the show and I'm going to leave the rest of the other stuff going on for real, alone so that I won't blow out my blood pressure and run up my cholesterol. I cannot deal. So I'm going to go forward with this, pretending like Shawn didn't say what I saw, and just review it from that perspective. But let's see. So Shawn and Sarah, we start out at the wedding venue, and they're getting ready, for the impending baby. And his ex keeps calling. I can't remember that ex's name, but she keeps calling, and then Shawn and Sarah are meeting with the wedding planning people, making them uncomfortable. As the ex keeps calling, Sarah wants to make an argument. She wants to put on a show in front of the people. I'm telling y'all, these ex criminals like to just do little stuff like that. She wants to put on a show in front of the people. The two ladies are clearly uncomfortable, but they're professional, so they're not going to show it. But they don't want to hear about your issue with Shawn's ex calling. Nobody at their job wants to sit and listen to that. And that's basically those ladies are at their job. And so that kind of is the theme over their little story for this particular episode that comes up again. And as we're going along rather, Shawn and Sarah go meet Shawn's son, who he hasn't seen in 2 years, and the extended family. And in true Shawn fashion, he hasn't told anyone that Sarah's pregnant. Sarah gets so mad at Shawn. I have to remember that Sarah's 28. She's gotten herself mixed up with somebody. Y'all, I don't know why I was gonna nickname Shawn Vagina Lip, but I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna call him Shawn. But she's young and she's gotten herself tied up for life with a questionable individual. And not even not the racial stuff, just it's so much other stuff that's wrong with Shawn that poor Sarah, but Sarah's got her own stuff about her too. But yeah, so yeah, in true Shawn fashion, nobody knows this woman is pregnant. She looked like a girl, but yeah. So they end up meeting Shawn's son and extended family. The one lady, it's like she's somebody's sister, but I didn't get to rewind and see who. She was like, she's so short. She's so short. The lady, that blonde lady who was the extended family member, she was just there. Either we TV took out everything positive she said and skewed it as making her negative, or she was just negative. So I don't know if she was trying to do that to get on for TV time or if it was edited that way. But she did say that, and then they all sit down to talk, and they're being real quiet, and things are super awkward. And the extended family member says, she asked Sarah, she's like, "Are y'all only getting married because you're pregnant?" Like, y'all, what kind of inconsiderate weirdo dummy asked somebody that for real? It's one thing to think it, right? It's one thing to privately be talking to Shawn's son and talk about it. But to sit right in these two people's face and say, "Are you getting married just because she's pregnant?" You gotta be the dumbest mofo. You don't know how to read the room. You are borderline a moron. Because no normal person does that. Unless she was prompted to. I hope she was prompted to, and that her natural brain didn't just sit there and ask that inappropriate rude question. So Sarah answers and she's like, "No, Shawn asked me to marry him way before or right before I told him I was pregnant. Then the girl asked the same question. I mean, oh yeah, because some people when they find, girl, she told you that ain't what happened. Stop. And I feel like she was just trying to incite a little bit of drama and make things a little bit weird. But Sarah's been to prison. You can't make it weird for her. She knows how to work right through that. And then so that meeting happens, and then let's see. And then it kind of goes on to the next scene. They're at the dress shop, Sean and his son, and then they also show Sarah and her friends. And I put in the notes, I said actually Sean's son is really good looking. I was like, what? He's a good looking young man. And I said, by some miracle, Sean has a respectful son, but Sean keeps asking the son the same stupid question and trying to get his son to hurt his feelings. But the son remains respectful. Because Sean asked repeatedly, well, what do you think about all this? Sean, you know what everybody thinks about all this. Why are you trying to make your son say something disrespectful to you? But that young man maintained respect toward his father. He was like, y'all are grown. It's not our business. Y'all are grown. That basically said it all. I don't know why Sean needed to keep hearing that. But when they did get into the dress shops, Sean's son did open up and he was like, Dad, I'm a little bit confused because I thought you were marrying somebody named Destiny, and all of a sudden this lady's name is Sarah. And Dad's like, yeah, I was engaged to somebody named Destiny, and she's back in jail, and she keeps calling, and she'll stop at nothing to ruin my life, and she's stalking me now, and he's basically introducing us to the fact that Destiny any day is going to show back on the show. So I don't know where Sarah is of all this. We're gonna assume Sarah's not aware. And then they're back at then they switch over to the wedding dress shop with Sarah, and she's with family and another questionable looking blonde lady. Uh, I forgot what that lady said. Man, these people, man. If y'all are watching my review and y'all are from Middle America, I'm so sorry, and I'm not trying to disrespect y'all. But I live in Dallas, and I don't see people who look like people from this show. Even convicts from Dallas don't look like people from this show. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. That's all I'm going to say. But, yeah, she's with family talking about him being engaged before, and they're kind of going over that. And that kind of wrapped up. It was Sean and Sarah's segment was very heavily tied into the wedding stuff and Destiny and the ex. Love after lockup, problematic stuff. Okay, and then the next couple, we're going to move on to. I got to get my thing a little just right here. But I can't get it to go to the next one. There we go. Marcelino and Brittany.